Right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome on this rainy, yet again, rainy morning here in beautiful Hoboken, New Jersey. This is Art with Liz. I am Liz, and I'm delighted to bring you all into this hybrid art experience where you can be in the privacy of your home studio listening about art and doing art, and also here in the wonderfully renovated art space at the Hoboken Library. Thank you so much to the Hoboken Library for supporting the arts and for allowing us to hold these classes. Hoboken Library, you are greatly appreciated for enabling us to do this. So we are in the month of May, which is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month in the United States. And last week we were looking at an artist from China. This week we are looking at an Indian American artist. She was born here in the United States to parents who emigrated here from India. And her name is Chitra Ganesh. So India, of course, is in South Asia. And Chitra was born in 1975 in Brooklyn. She's still based in Brooklyn, and she is incredibly diverse in the media that she uses. She includes in her media choices everything from charcoal drawings to digital collages to film to web projects, photographs, and wall murals. She also does installations. Morning, Donna. We are going to start out, as always, with a slideshow of her work. We're going to discuss it, and then I have a project for you to do. And this is a project that will be fun and enjoyable, whether you are at home or here in person at the library. So, anyone at home willing to give me a thumbs up as to whether you can see what's on the screen? Susan, can you? Thank you, Margot. Oh, and welcome, Margot, Linda, Stephanie, Susan, and anyone else that I may be missing who is watching from home. Here we go. Chitra Ganesh. So she is influenced by mythology, literature, and popular culture, particularly such things as comics and anime, and especially ones that reveal feminist and queer narratives from the past and that imagine new visions of the future. She's the daughter of Indian immigrant parents, born and raised in Brooklyn. Her father won a green card lottery, and her parents immigrated from Calcutta, India, to Brooklyn. And that was in the early 1970s. She herself grew up in the vibrant communities of Brooklyn and Hollis, Queens, amongst Indian, Guyanese, and Sri Lankan immigrant communities. Little bit blurry. I hope you can see it. She might be offended by me saying this, but I find her imagery to be fun and exciting. Throughout her childhood, she was immersed and in love with visual representation of Bollywood posters, comics, as I mentioned, and literature. And this is a direct quote for her. Visual languages in Bollywood's orbit became conduits for expressing an expanded sense of the real, heightening the fantastical and symbolic via a hybrid use of graphics and paint. So Bollywood and comics were a big influence. And she liked fantasy, or likes fantasy, and conveys it through her work. Imaginary images are present in her work. She's influenced by popular culture. Look at the shoes that these, do we call them women or goddesses or creatures? I'm not sure. They are definitely wearing modern footwear. So everyday modern culture is also an influence in her work. Growing up in a diaspora community, she read something called Amar Chitra Katha, otherwise known as ACK. And this was a comic series published in India. It focused on providing stories in religion, history, and myth to children and young adults. So they were educational. They have taught children in India and the diaspora about key religious, historical, and mythological themes of the South Asian subcontinent. She read these comics both at home in New York City and during summer trips in India. And it was one of her childhood pastimes that later influenced her visual style. I wish some of our Indian students were here today so we could ask them if they had also read these books. Maybe they'll come later. So you can see the influence of Japanese anime in this work. I wish Maya was here so we could have that confirmed as well, one of our Japanese students. Her interest in ACK is crucial as many of her works reinterpret and redefine the comic. She was fascinated by the history of ACK and its portrayal of women. When she read the comic as an adult, she realized how often information was presented as timeless, transhistorical. I'm not sure what transhistorical means. We might have to delve deeply into that, and authentic. However, the comic actually came with its own arguments, prescribed codes of conduct that maintain hierarchies of gender, skin color, and caste, among others. And that's a quote. Not sure where the quote comes from.
Excuse me.
Ken.
Transhistorical. Explores the plurality of gender experiences that flourished before the modern era, from late antiquity to the 18th century, across a broad geographic range. So,
okay, so what gender identity was in different
across,
historical periods. Got it. Thank you. So, interpretations of gender and diversity in different geographic areas during different historical eras. So she's very much interested in those visual portrayals. She had a range of experiences rereading the comics, and reading them with adult eyes made her realize how they had been submerged in her memory. What do you think? She seems to have a strong image of women. This one, to me, has a superhero feel to it, kind of a goddess, powerful image. I like the composition of this piece. I'm not quite sure what that orange shape portrays, some kind of spaceship or weapon. I'm sorry, what, Donna? A satellite of some kind? It definitely dominates this image, right? Particularly the way it stretches diagonally across the composition. Then the enlarged hands. Go ahead, Rob.
This, like, it's admonishing.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. You almost don't see them at first, and then
so they're in a position of admonishment, or I'm going to tell you a thing or two kind of thing. All right. I hadn't even thought of that. Yes. I love the white orb that's not quite a circle. Okay. It's obscured by the figure of the beautiful bejeweled woman, as well as whatever that orange object is, rocket or spaceship or satellite.
Hand gestures can have symbolic and religious significance in the
Yeah.
East. So I don't know, but there could be allusions to that kind of thing.
And Ken, I don't know, folks at home, if you heard that Ken said hand gestures can have religious symbolic significance. So that might be part of this imagery as well. And we've learned that that is part of her iconography, religious and symbolic images. So that makes sense. She learned how to sew and embroider and draw from a young age. She realized these were gendered forms of creativity. They were feminine activities. Her parents encouraged her to pursue art as a hobby and enrolled her in art classes at a young age. However, they never told her this was a viable career option, and she never considered it to be a financially stable choice. So she didn't pursue it as a career option. She went to St. Anne's School in Brooklyn and graduated in 1996 from Brown University, Phi Beta Kappa, with a Bachelor of Arts in Comparative Literature and Art Semiotics. She's a smart woman. Someone gasped over this one. Robin, what gave you that reaction?
I haven't really looked at it a lot, but there's just so much going on in the face of the main figure and the mask in the back and looking the other way and the color of the body and the color of the dark in the body. It just goes, thing up in the top, the black in the back, the green in the middle, the red.
There's a lot going on visually and symbolically. It does kind of make you gasp and wonder and marvel. There's a wolf in the bottom left-hand corner kind of baying at the moon, although I don't see a moon in this picture. There's a three-headed, three-breasted figure, also multiple hands and arms, kind of like the Indian god or goddess Ganesh. I think Ganesh is a god.
Well, Kali has multiple.
And Kali has multiple arms and hands. And Kali is a goddess. Beautiful use of color, texture, line. One of the heads has a loudspeaker. What's that about? She got her Master of Fine Arts and Visual Arts. Finally, she decided art was going to be her thing from Columbia University in 2002. She said her studies in literature, semiotics, and social theory paved the way for her to become more engaged with narrative and deconstruction, and that animates her work. While at Brown, she started teaching, after graduating from Brown, she moved back to New York and worked as a public school teacher at a junior high school in Washington Heights, and also at Project Reach Youth, a pregnancy prevention program in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, that was supported by the Children's Aid Society. Also at this time, she became involved with the South Asian Women's Creative Collective, an arts organization founded in 1997 to support and disseminate the work of South Asian women artists. Excuse me. And the South Asian Lesbian and Gay Associations. In the late 1990s, it became an essential time for her because she was influenced by the interaction with South Asian female artists. And she became involved in a number of progressive communities. In 1998, her mother died, and it completely changed her life. She hesitated at first in declaring that she was an artist because she felt insecure and alone, but it was at this point that she finally decided to become an artist. And then at Columbia University, she focused on finding images that reflected her subjectivity in mainstream art and culture that often meant, quote, this is a quote from her, reckoning with the anthropological colonial lens that prevail in both the selection and contextualization of art objects alongside disturbing mass-mediated repetition of South Asian subjects circulated in America. She loves language.
Who's presenting it? I cannot follow.
This is her words. Yes. Yes, her bachelor's of art from Brown University is in literature and semiotics. So she's taking again from those comics that she read as a child that are information from Indian mythology and culture. So there is a lot of symbolism, a lot of religious-based imagery, and also stuff from modern day culture from her growing up years in the diverse communities of Queens, Hollis, Queens, and Brooklyn.
It's kind of interesting. I feel like it's bridging a gap between like mythical, archetypal, super real realms and our normal physical reality. It's that she feels there's something more than what we see, and she's trying to get at that.
I like that.
And that something more is just as real, but it's harder for people to perceive it.
So folks at home, I don't know if you heard, correct me if I'm wrong, Ken. I'm interpreting Ken's words. He's saying that her work is a bridge between the real and the unreal, that she's trying to...
Or the super real.
Or the super real.
Like super conscious, subconscious, conscious. So we mostly live in the conscious realm. And she's reaching for something more that she probably intuitively senses is real. It's just that it's outside our understanding.
So she's trying to create a blend of conscious and subconscious.
And superconscious.
And superconscious reality.
Yeah, she's bridging something, different levels of understanding.
She's
different ways of understanding.
Creating different ways of understanding through visual imagery. And you know what? This painting really reminds me of the neoclassical and romantic European artists and their use of religious symbolism. All right, I'm going to start going through these a little quicker now. So the monkey plays a very prevalent role in Indian culture. She's inspired by non-canonical narratives and figures, botched love stories, present-day imperialism, lesser-known Hindu Buddhist icons, 19th century European fairy tales, girl rock, and contemporary visual culture, such as Bollywood posters, anime, and comic books. I love this one. This one's more relatable, I think.
You have to figure making eye contact with your she's looking.
Yeah, this figure is looking directly at the viewer.
It's a very bountiful image with all the stuff in the hair and the arm.
Yes, nature, bountiful nature plays a key role.
Yeah, plants.
I want you all to keep this image in mind when I tell you what the project is today. In fact, I might put this one up on the big screen for folks who like copying the artist of the day.
It feels like she's embracing something and she has it. It's not,
yes.
And then she's happy and pleased and happy.
Very pleased, I would say. She's embracing nature and life, and yeah.
And would you say she's kind of sharing it?
And yeah, she's offering it. I feel like she's offering something. This is an offering.
I wonder what the ring on her finger means.
I don't know.
Looks almost like an eye. It's, you know.
The ring looks like an eye.
And she has big eyes like that too.
The all-seeing.
Like the two eyes on top and then the eye.
Yes. So she created a multimedia mural for the Brooklyn Museum. Doesn't say, I don't have a date for it. It's called The Eyes of Time. This might be part of it. And the artist explores the South Asian traditions of Saki, a divine female empowerment, and sacred Indian portrayals of the great goddess Kali. She not only paints the mural, but also associates her work with the collection of objects of the Brooklyn Museum, which she put with the wall mural. So it was an installation with the wall mural. She also did in 2024, very recently, a piece called Coherence, which is a series of animated works in Penn Station's Moynihan Train Hall, which further explores femininity, sexuality, and power through the emphasis on breathing practices. I don't know if it's still there. This one's very referential to India for sure. Lots to say about it, but now we're going to whip through. Her love for nature is apparent in her work. She's also done a large mural that illustrates numerous flora.
Liz, can you go back one slide? I wanted to get a.
I can't really in this program that I have. I'm sorry, Margot. But we can, when I finish the slideshow, I can look for that image for you.
Okay, thanks.
Interesting shapes in this one, the way she kind of mirrors the shape on the back of the hand and the wrist is very similar to the shapes of the trees and the mountain tops. And the tops of the trees. There's kind of a repetitive rhythm in this image. I find the hands a little strange. Weird, creepy. It's a tad bit creepy. But there's whatever this person is holding, it's radiant with light. Could be a diamond. I think this may be the final slide. Again, that eye, prominent eye. She often has these iconic humanoid hybridizations. Try saying that fast. So that means combinations of human, animal, creatures. Looks like an elephant foot at the bottom. I like this one. Love the colors. And the eye and the enigma of this one, the mystery in this one's really deep for me.
It's kind of dreamlike.
Kind of
Like
dreamlike.
dream.
Yep. Maybe the cloudy background adds to the dreaminess of it. It's definitely a mythological creature, I think. The skull necklace reminds me of Mexican Day of the Dead art. I'm reminded of Frida Kahlo, too, when I look at her work. Those of you who like the Mexican artist, Frida, Susan is shaking her head, yes. Right? I'm right on this one. Right, this may be the final.
There's a lot of meaning in this painting.
There's a lot of stuff. The butterfly in many cultures represents the spirit of the dead. Very big in Mexican mythology. I'm not sure what it means in Indian culture. I wish I knew. Something to look up. I have no idea what that thing is that's shooting off light rays. I think it's another spacecraft or satellite. All right. Questions, thoughts? Ooh. We went dark.
I feel like she's an intentional,
Okay, good.
as opposed to when we were looking at abstract and more difficult to really understand if the person sees that or if how you're just transforming what they see. Do you know what am I making any sense?
Yes, I like that. So folks at home, Robin said that she thinks Chitra is an intentional artist, that she thinks very hard about her work before she paints. I would agree.
Well, she's working on the level of ideas and symbolism.
Yeah.
So that's different from very, non-objective.
Yes. So she is more of a head artist than a heart artist, I think. So yes, intent is very important in her work. She thinks hard before she creates her imagery. Esty says she thinks too much. Okay. And she
explains.
Okay. Some people, there's a large group of people, in fact, who believe that if an artist has to explain their work, then it's not worth looking at. And that's a common belief.
was just like she really wanted to say something, and then she lets her creativity put it out there, but she wants certain elements, or she puts certain elements that she believes in, or that she's influenced by, you know.
Yeah, I don't understand what she wants to say, even when she's saying it.
Oh, okay.
So, no,
But that's okay.
Yeah,
Some people do,
yes.
and it's exciting, so you gotta, right?
Yes. And that, and for me, that's the wonder of art, that some people will be drawn to a particular piece of art and others will not. Margot, are you able to see the slides on the side here?
Yes,
Okay, what number image did you want me to go back to? Can you see? They're tiny.
they are tiny. Let me see.
I remember talking to a banner artist,
Go ahead, Ken, I'm listening.
and we were discussing like this kind of abstract drawing. And
Eight or,
we're at-
8?
or 9. I'm not sure which. Are you on 8?
This is 8.
we were kind of at odds about what we were seeing in this kind of abstract painting. And eventually she suggested that maybe I can see more depth than she could. She said she's good with 2-dimensional,
Right now.
and just that's why she did tapestries as her work.
Must have been.
Same art, but she couldn't see. So I thought, oh,
That's deep, Ken.
that's why when I talk about certain pieces that kind of intrigue me a little bit, other people like, I don't get it. So I don't know. It could be that art can't appeal to everyone universally. So that brings me to this question, like, who gets to define good art? And what was this idea of high art versus pop art or low art? Like, what's the value of art? And how is that really even measured? You know?
These are eternal questions. We could spend an entire year debating. We are not going to talk about this right now because I want us to create art today. So this is not a philosophy class. We can talk about it while we're working. Here is our project for today. I'm going to stop the share. And I love these questions. As an artist myself, I deal with them every single day, particularly when I'm creating my own artwork. What is art? Am I making art? Is it worth doing what I'm doing?
And what's like,
and who,
in terms of culture and civilization?
Right, who determines whether my art is good or not? We don't have time to discuss that today, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Here's my project idea for today, should you wish to attempt it. Ms. Ganesh creates these mythical creatures, and she does it with all different kinds of mixed media. I invite you today to create your own mythical creature. I have brought in magazines, images of just faces, all kinds of pictures in the magazines. There's glue. There's all different kinds of drawing equipment. Have at it. You can collage, you can draw, you can do whatever media or mixed media approach you would like. Think about the culture you grew up in. What were the messages you received? What would a creature that conveys some kind of moral or educational mythological message look like for you? It's a tricky one. Any questions? We're good to go? All right, let's go to work. I'm really excited about seeing what you create. Go for it.
Okay, so I think this is the.
I'm going to put a picture of hers up on the screen. Margot, did you want to share more about that one particular image, or you just wanted to look at it?
I just wanted to capture it and study it. Thanks.
Okay. Can you find it online? Because I may put up another picture.
Yeah, put up another picture. Yeah, I'll find it online.
I think I might put up that pretty picture, the relatable one. Of the young goddess. I think she's a goddess. I did like the monkey one too.
There we go.
I think someone should create a sun goddess today. We need some sunshine.
Oh.
And I don't mean to gender control you if you want to do a god or even a transgender. Whatever. I don't mean to say even. A transgender mythological creature would be fabulous. It would be wonderful.
Hey.
Just be aware of the fact that your coat and your umbrella were so wet that you have to cut it.
Oh my goodness.
We're low on the number of visitors. If necessary, please share. Don't rely on systems with the hearing.
The last thing, I'll bring a picture you want to draw.
It's always on water. If you don't like my project, do your own thing. All good. Plus anime, so you can do one of your creatures. Let's keep the blue on piece of paper, so the blue doesn't mess up the beautiful marble countertop, please. The whole Broken Art Festival. How could I forget?
Is it on social media or somewhere?
Oh, maybe in terms of it. Yeah, I mean, we've been part of that in the past, but I don't know. I wouldn't know if the Usually Tom Foley. Let me go get my phone. There's a man named Joe Wax. Right. Let me get my smartphone.
So I'm gonna pass on my email. I didn't have a phone for 2 weeks. I just finally got a phone.
Yes, you told me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. The Hudson County Senior Art Show is May 20th. Starts at 6 p.m. until 7 p.m. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Esther, you won all the awards. You walked off with all the awards. Kid. Here is the website for details. Yeah, I have a pencil and write this down. Capital T. Capital A. V. Capital V. Capital A. At HCNJ. Dot. USOR. There's a phone number. 201 369 4313. We have more detail. You may still be able to answer, but I would call it yesterday.
Yeah, I went to this website and I tried to contact them, they have the addresses for them. On the website, but nobody's calling me back. Some other thing you know about how to contact them.
I would go out and hallway right now and call them.
There's a form.
Did you hear me? I would go out in the hallway right now and call them. My guess is it's probably true. Here for more. You can download an application.
You see the form?
Yep. So call them. You have to call them. Please do them in the hall. That's before work. Want to disturb. Thank you very much. If you want to share the information, folks that are interested, that would be great. I'm happy to put the information in chat. Can I can't do that now though. Am I? I can put it in chat. If someone reminds me at cleanup time, I can put information about the Senior Citizen Art Show in Hudson County. But if you Google Senior Citizen Art Show, Hudson County 2025, it will take you directly to the information. We decided not to do it for the last 2 years because it's a lot of work for just 1 hour. You only show your work for 1 hour, and then you have to take it down. Remember? Those of you who participated? Seems completely unfair to me. And it has to be framed and signed, and there are a lot of criteria and stipulations that were impossible for most folks to do.
This isn't the one at the courthouse in,
That's that one, Margot. Yep.
same one, okay. Because I thought that was an easy
You thought that was what?
thing. You know, they had like, oh, come for the evening and you picked it up the next day or that night.
That's exactly right. It's at night. It's from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Brannon Courthouse.
Okay.
And then you have to take it with you at the end of the event.
And you don't sell anything.
Yeah, and no one really sells anything.
Okay. Thanks.
I mean, the courthouse is beautiful.
Yeah.
You have to say that. And they hung the show nicely, but there was a lot of work, thousands and thousands of pieces of art.
They gave prizes, not prizes, but
Yes. Asked you prizes. I thought you won.
Dina won one. Dina.
You went to Trenton, Margot, correct?
I went and I collected Dina and my art, but Dina won, I think, watercolor or something. I'm not sure which category, beginner, you know?
And Estelle. And our friend Jim Fallon, who unfortunately has passed away. He won a lot of awards. Did you find out any information, Doc? Try the email then when you're able. I'm thinking it's probably past. It's probably past.
Yeah.
To me, it's kind of happening, but perhaps because we haven't participated in the last 2 years.
I can transfer the paper.
Forget what that is. So this was donated to.
I'm supposed to press them. It's on paper.
I'm sorry, that's probably the other. Try this.
Never used this before. I'm able to transfer the dollar. That's to transfer. Did you rub it and it comes off? I'll take it on in advice. Someone cut it right here. Right. It's very nice the way it looks. But I think just touching wood. Well, I saw this before and I thought, it's a great starting age. Even the blue and your goddess or God could grow from that head. But I want to be this. You could change it. It's great colors. I'm picking up a little bit on the hands here. Wow, this already looks like one of the artists. Right, well, I need this lid, so when we're done, make sure you can feel well. I brought the cups for the wood. I should have made that. The big ones? Yeah. I thought it was too big, but I'll definitely. Sir. Illogical. Yeah. Play. The picture doesn't have to make sense. Do this practice. You always visit something. Functional sketches. You used to functional sketches. Yeah. What is it? It was your storyboard. Your storyboard. What do you want? What contagious is the thing?
We're good at home? Oh yeah, Art and Music Festival Sunday. Ibu and I will have a booth. Please come if you can. Yes.
You know which one?
I'm sorry.
You know what the crosswalk?
No, they don't tell us. Usually we're around Third in Washington. On the east side. That's for John Duff. But they don't let you know till the day of, which makes sense. Because they don't want to use their favorites. They know, but I like that. Reptilian. Stevie Wonder's 75th birthday. Little Stevie. Folks at home, you're good? Robin. It's fun to cut out all the pictures. How are you going to place them? Page, that's really important. Bring it down, put things around. Yeah, you can tell. Knew you tremendously pushing down. Susan and Margot, you're good.
I'm working on a mess that I made, so I won't be doing any art at the moment.
Oh, my. Probably retired. You don't need you. Because of the weather, yeah.
Did she have any surgery or anything? Is she going to? Is she going to?
I think it's like a maybe you should pop that. How long did it trying to use it. Beautiful. And nothing you can do. No. No. I will know. Then, here. The one that was.
Definitely. Maybe you need more women in Liz Wed, or one big woman. The break is really hour. It's not coming from anywhere. So you might need a larger. I know. Right. If I get another piece of white paper, make a bigger canvas, bigger back. So you have a lot of images. So the message is not clear. Go with watch. We'll go together. What are you thinking, John? Can't wait to see where it goes. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. We'll get to
13. Well, some people struggle with this concept in the beginning. No, you can have this. I don't know if you've noticed, that's very little. There's not much I can tell you what to do. This is a very personal project. Very specific to you as an individual. Fun, but visually it seems kind of like. Making choices in the artistic process can be overwhelming, but you need to experience that. If you're a creative person, you need to experience that over and over. What it's all about. Looking at that blank piece of paper and making decisions is what artists go through all the time. And it can be scary. But
And you'll fail, but you also succeed. What it's all about. The failures are how you learn. And that's why you can't fail. Yeah. You know, they went to art school. Advertising learns from fine art and vice versa. This woman definitely has been inspired by modern culture. You can see it in the art. Let's see if you're working. Yeah. Living. No. I never relax. It's great. That's showing really difficult. Back, are you gonna cut these out?
When I go home, I'll.
You might wanna spray them first before cutting, because you know they're gonna sneeze.
Yeah, use hairspray.
Yeah, use hairspray.
I'll put that.
Diane, I like. With the pastel, I would do that.
Well, none of that.
I would clean up
Like,
first.
yeah, a little bit.
Just for. It's definitely a cultural statement.
Is it?
That's what you're working with, you know?
Yeah, something like that. It's a couple of things, I guess. Yeah. What have you seen?
Well, these are all cultural symbols. And this person is learning and thinking, excuse me, about culture.
Like here. So in here. But they have all these like post-it notes in the back. Sure, kind of like blank. I thought it really needs to be
It's a blank slate.
elaborated on.
No.
It's a little too neutral. But it felt like yeah, you didn't go far, you know.
It's also, it's about the fact that he's a blank slate and he's learning. Perhaps from what he's
I
reading.
want him to become the mythological creature with the many arms or tentacles. And all of this becomes part of the picture for these little components. They add to something bigger. So maybe I'll work that as a painting. This is what I'm just kind of laying out here. Yeah.
Love, yeah.
It could be,
Love the
yeah.
concept. Yeah.
It could, you know, develop into other ideas.
Let's see, the color, and he's bringing all the different shades and
Right,
colors
yeah.
together. Brilliant. And the fact that you're using orange with blue, remember the color wheel. Orange and blue are opposite in the color wheel. Okay, and they work well together.
And orange is the color to me. I don't know, in the 70s, everything was orange.
Yeah. Like hot
Chair, right, chair, you know.
How fun is this, Ralph? Oh, like in the image.
Terrible me. Folks at home, I haven't checked in a bit. Are you good? Okay, sorry about that. Just been fascinated watching what people are making here. We have 2 minutes till cleanup, everyone. Unless, I mean, we can take a vote. How many people want to share? And then we have to stop in 2 minutes. No one's raising their hands. Raise your hand if you want to share.
Yeah.
Then we have to stop in 1 more minute. So it is time to stop. Do we want to share first and clean up after? Or let's just clean up really quickly. Let's clean up, folks. You must stop and clean up so that we can have time to share. The cups with glue in it, you can just throw it away, please. And the sticks that you've been using to apply the glue, throw that away too. Any scraps, please throw away. Robin, sorry, you must stop now. You can take pictures home with you to attach. Donna, you have to stop. Donna, no, you must stop now. If we're going to have time for sharing, you must stop and clean up right now. Folks have buses to catch. You may be one of them.
What did you name?
Yeah.
John, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go there someday.
Oh, yeah?
I want to be with my family and I was planning on coming next year.
Oh, that's great.
Flying for a passport. Yeah, that takes 3 months. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to go.
All right, so we're gonna start with in-house people first. Diane, you can go first.
Well, thank you.
You have to get out of here.
Yeah, because I don't want to get caught in floods.
So folks at home, I don't know if you can hear, but we're starting with people here first. And Diane is up.
Okay.
Up
This
a
is,
little higher, Diane.
okay,
And move more.
okay.
There you go.
That way.
It's the dance, you know, Johnny Depp, I'm so hot, I got a guitar, I got a really nice car, maybe we'll get married. And she's like, you know what, let me think about it. Going on vacation, you know, like I've heard this song before, so like yada, yada, yada. Give me my space and we'll talk. So it's the dance.
Very cool.
Fantastic.
Johnny Depp is like irresistible, like you're not gonna get anybody like me. And she's like, yeah, okay. So have a nice day. Thanks for having me.
I think it's your most successful composition. So your shapes, your colors, all relate to each other. The way you're working on filling in the back that it takes helps them all coalesce and come together.
Really love it.
Oh, I think
Of course. And Johnny Depp's always got a story. He's my so many characters. Okay?
it's always in trouble now too.
Yeah.
I can. Why don't we go now?
No, not exactly anymore. You
Put your face down. I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm just
Not exactly anymore because of the big elephant in the room. You haven't seen it before.
sorry. They don't understand. Woman?
Yeah, minimum.
I'm not understanding. And then you can go next, Daniel, and explain.
Okay.
It's-
Oh, there it is on the floor. Damn it.
So, I took this little advertisement of a kid reading. On this page here on the back of this magazine.
Come closer to the screen. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I can't see it.
Like a hive in the middle.
Can you draw that?
Oh, great.
Got
Oh,
it?
wow. That's terrific.
This are like cutouts from different publications.
Black and white?
They're all cutouts from different magazines and things.
Uh-huh.
And, I kind of like the drawing of the kid reading and the idea of the footnotes behind him. But I thought it didn't go far enough. Like the post-it notes were all blank. And I just wanted more energy there. So I thought, I want this kid reading a mythological creature. Like maybe there's this all this colorful, flowery thing growing out of it in some way. Like if I read this as a painting, maybe I can make it, you know, make it more integrated.
That's great.
And there were all these. There was a table of all these books in one of the publications. So I cut them all out and pasted them. So I wanted to represent that you know, a human being is kind of a mythological creature.
Mhm.
We have this other aspect to us that's just not a physical imagination. We have the ability to visualize a possible future and to understand the past. So that's where we become this strange creature that's not just what you see on the surface. And so this flower thing behind it's kind of like I want it to be like energy growing, a plant growing out of them in some way.
Okay, gotcha. Very cool.
Cool.
First, I thought like a beehive.
Or the kid's spirit or mind.
Mhm.
All these pieces, these books and things, they're also like the little flowers that make up the big flower. Like
Okay.
flower mandalas, I think they're called. And they're like small flowers that become a big flower when they're combined.
Wow.
So the concept prototype. And when I do this kind of thing, I basically think this is just the beginning, and it could turn into a more finished illustration or painting if I work on it. You know, make another version in color, and so on.
This is your first study.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Very cool.
That's great.
Finished work of the summer goddess.
Very love it. And that's all.
It's not spotlighted. I can't see.
Oh, yeah, the light.
Okay, let me see if I can block it.
No, okay, now I can see. Okay, wow.
I made her crown gold, a lot of flowers, a lot of jewelries. A human
Beautiful,
body.
beautiful.
Holding that purse, I'm planning to put some fruits and vegetables there.
Mm-hmm.
Letters.
Nice.
Thank you.
Is she gonna have eyes?
No, she doesn't have it yet.
Is a creature of your imagination. Very cool.
Love the crown. You took a long time to make the crown. So that's very important.
It's good to see them, Susan.
Mhm.
Hi, Diana, if you want to share. Robin was in it. Oh, Robin was.
Sorry, I'm using my ears.
Hello, Robin.
Hi. Okay, so we started with a drawing of the painting that you put on.
Oh, I love it.
Great.
Not looking like her, but I think there's a little bit of the feeling of her.
Nice line work.
Love it. Beautiful.
And this is, I don't know, I'm not going to show it on the.
This in front of the light.
Oh, fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's difficult to have your own way of doing things and you keep falling into it, and then you want to incorporate something new and learning from that. So sometimes you get caught right in the middle of it. And that,
Yep.
Very, very interesting work.
Another artist's work and they have the influence. Who are you? Who are the artist? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I'm so glad you shared that. Lisa, are you going to share? Fine, Lisa. We don't have time. Donna, share, and then Daniel.
Oh, I see. Well, I seen this magazine with all these windows and all these things in it. I was thinking glass windows, glass windows. What's the glass window when we get up in the morning? We have to rise up and go to the subway. Subway.
That's neat.
There's a guy jumping over the thing, over the turnstile. Up over the turnstile. Got to go through the grind every day and rise up, and there's this little bit of a ceiling in there, and he's rising up over the turnstile, and I'm thinking that the cat is sitting there, so he doesn't do much of anything. He's not really. He's just sitting, and he should. And there's the rise, the morning rise, and the ceiling is rising, and there's the top of the ceiling. And then I saw this picture of a woman breaking through like a ceiling, her head starting to break through the ceiling. And then I found this really great painted ceiling of
Church.
some kind of painted ceiling, like a church ceiling or something. I was
Wow.
thinking a ceiling, and then there's stepping up to another ceiling, and the rise in the morning, how you rise up, and you have to rise up every morning and get out in the world and rise up in your career.
Nice up.
Very cool.
Very cool. Yep.
About.
Love the architectural feel.
Yes. Daniel, wow. You created a creature. Hard to see though. Love the colors.
Background, well, it's all collage.
Oh, wow. That's terrific.
Went to town.
Wow.
You could be an illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are an illustrator. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Daniel, did you have the intention? What was your intention?
Nothing.
Gotcha. Beautiful. That balance and
Kind of scary.
power.
Scary. That's
Don't look for hidden meanings.
You didn't hide them.
That's really, really phenomenal.
Awesome. Yes.
Tell a creature with the watches.
Make sure you sign it, Daniel. It's an original.
The round shape of the watches works beautifully. The tail is a snake. Yeah.
That's great.
out, it works brilliantly. Bravo.
Dale. I want to take.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Sometimes not having a plan is a good thing. But serendipity. So John, do you know where this is gonna go next? You told me it's not finished.
Not until I get there, but
I love it.
my motivation for this was when we were little children, lived in a little village in Rhode Island called Manville. And there used to be these rocks that we would pull out, and there would be these little lizards that would crawl out.
Hmm.
We would catch the little lizards and put them in masonry jars, then
Aw.
put them in a fish tank.
Aw.
Hey, thank you, John. I got 2 more people left to share. 2 more.
Go to Florida, they're all over the place.
Mm.
Susan, you are at the top. Oh, no, actually, Margot, you're going to go next.
Well, I didn't do anything with this artist, but I did this. This is a collage.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I just checked these brush paintings that didn't have enough going on their own to be standalone pieces and pasted into a new.
Wow.
Like it? Yeah. New
Very,
font.
very nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Your nature work is getting better and better. Each picture you show, Margot, looks more alive and real.
I've actually done more than anything else. So.
Sorry to rush you, but we're 4 minutes past our time. Susan, I got to try and highlight you. Oh, wow.
It's not finished yet, but I drew a picture of Kali, the goddess, and there'll be a lot more. I have to paint her face like a purple blue, and there'll be some gold stuff around her earrings and her headpiece, and then flowers.
Just always, how are you going to unite the separate images?
With patterns.
Okay, good.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, wonderful beginning. And I forgot, you just reminded me. Those of you who made ceramic tiles in the Tuesday class, you could take pictures of them and send me the JPEGs. The artist who was our visiting artist that day, Renee Saheb, wants pictures.
Oh, okay.
The finished works.
All right.
I'm going to get an email out about that too. Maybe.
Good idea.
All right. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
I will see you all next week, I hope. We will have a new from Asia. And we are, believe it or not, coming to the end of May. Those of you who live in Hoboken, Art and Music Festival on Sunday. Take care, everyone. Do look at, create art. Be safe, stay dry if you can. See you soon. Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Come on.